India and Australia signed a landmark nuclear pact for Australian uranium supply to fuel India's civil atomic program. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is in Australia on the second leg of his three-nation tour, held bilateral talks with Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese in Melbourne after attending a business forum. During the delegation-level talks, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese reaffirmed their commitment to expand comprehensive strategic partnership. They pledged to deepen defence and security cooperation and unveiled a roadmap to strengthen maritime security collaboration. Both sides also reiterated their commitment to a free, open and rules-based Indo-Pacific while advancing cooperation in critical minerals, secure supply chains, cybersecurity, clean energy, space, technology and education. Marking another step in deepening the India-Australia strategic partnership, Australian Prime Minister announced the signing of an agreement to enable uranium supplies for India's civil nuclear energy program.
Today we can confirm the signing of the administrative arrangement to enable uranium exports to India for peaceful purposes under the 2015 Australia-India Nuclear Cooperation Agreement. The arrangement facilitates Australian uranium exports to India to help increase the share of non-fossil fuel power capacity, providing an additional market for the Australian resources sector.
Addressing the joint press meet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said India and Australia have decided to work towards a comprehensive economic cooperation agreement as well as a bilateral investment treaty, taking their partnership to the next level.
अब हमने कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इकोनॉमिक कोऑपरेशन एग्रीमेंट यानी सीका पर तेजी से काम करने का निर्णय लिया है, जो दोनों देशों के लिए बैलेंस, एम्बिशियस और विन विन होगा। हम बायलैटरल इन्वेस्टमेंट ट्रीटी पर भी तेजी से आगे बढ़ेंगे।
In a post on social media, Prime Minister Modi compared India-Australia meetings to cricket, stating that the agenda is as focused as a one-day international. He added that decisions taken are as fast as T20 cricket, with a partnership long-lasting and deep as a test match. Before the summit, Prime Minister Modi was accorded with a ceremonial guard of honour at the Government House in Melbourne. He was accompanied by Governor of Victoria Margaret Gardner and Australian Prime Minister Albanese. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met with the Governor-General of Australia, Sam Mostyn, in Melbourne as a part of the Indian delegation. Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval and other officials were also present. Now, earlier today, Prime Minister Modi attended the India-Australia CEO Forum and Economic Roadmap Business Reception in Melbourne. The business engagements aim to further boost trade, investment and economic cooperation between India and Australia. Well, Prime Minister Modi and Australian Prime Minister Albanese also shared a selfie after participating in the business event. During his visit to Melbourne, Prime Minister Modi also met former Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison. For more on this, our correspondent Dasuni Athauda is joining us live from Melbourne. Dasuni, welcome to the broadcast. The range of agreements that have been signed between India and Australia is quite extensive. Which one or which ones do you think will be the most consequential?
I definitely think Australia officially agreeing for the supply of uranium for India in order to bolster India's energy and nuclear programs will be the most talked about and most impactful in the coming few years, especially given the fact that India is quite steadfast with its program for clean energy as well as nuclear power.
Dasuni, the first India-Australia nuclear energy agreement, as you mentioned, is now in place. What does that enable that was not possible before for India and Australia?
Well, this clearly shows that the ties between Australia and India have only gotten stronger, especially given the fact during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's tenure as Prime Minister, he himself has visited Australia for the third time, this being his third, and the reiteration between the two leaders as to how deep the ties are and the fact that these ties are now bolstering beyond the points of culture and Commonwealth to actually put all of these connections into fruition and to go beyond whatever that is signed to put things into action is the key part of this meet.
Indeed, Dasuni, it does look like India and Australia with these new agreements are entering a new era altogether. Thank you for getting us the latest.